This is not a drill, California erupts over immigration raids. Los Angeles, tensions flared across California as President Donald Trump's deployment of National Guard troops into Los Angeles ignited fierce legal and political backlash. The order, made without the consent of Governor Gavin Newsom, was intended to suppress growing protests against intensified federal immigration raids, protests now entering their third consecutive day. Governor Newsom swiftly condemned the deployment as unlawful, asserting it infringes upon California's state sovereignty. These are not the actions of a president, they are the moves of a dictator, he posted on X, formerly Twitter, vowing to take legal action against the federal administration. In a televised interview with MSNBC, Newsom accused Trump of deliberately manufacturing a crisis, stating that the unrest is a direct consequence of his policies. Protests have erupted citywide, drawing thousands of demonstrators, many waving Mexican flags and placards denouncing U.S. immigration authorities. Scattered clashes between protesters and police have led to dozens of arrests, with officials confirming at least 10 on Sunday and 29 the night before. Some protesters reportedly threw projectiles, including bottles and concrete debris, prompting police to declare parts of the protests unlawful assemblies. A dramatic moment unfolded Sunday evening when video footage captured several Waymo self-driving vehicles set ablaze in downtown Los Angeles. Police on horseback struggled to contain crowds, while demonstrators blocked major thoroughfares like the 101 freeway and chanted slogans such as "Shame on you." At law enforcement, the National Guard's presence, while officially limited to the protection of federal buildings and personnel, has raised concerns among local leaders and civil rights groups. The U.S. Northern Command reported that 300 guardsmen had been dispatched to 3 key locations, with another 500 Marines at Camp Pendleton placed on high alert. Should conditions escalate further, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth confirmed the Pentagon is prepared to activate additional active duty forces if violence persists. Mayor Karen Bass accused the Trump administration of inflaming tensions by sending troops to the streets, calling the move entirely unnecessary and dangerously provocative. While condemning violence from protesters, she emphasized that this chaos was created by a federal agenda bent on division. Trump, however, remained unapologetic. On social media, he characterized demonstrators as violent, lawless mobs, and ordered his cabinet to take all necessary measures to restore order. Speaking to reporters in New Jersey, the former president issued a stark warning: "If they spit, we shoot." Despite the escalation, Trump has not invoked the 1807 Insurrection Act, which would grant him broader authority to deploy active military forces domestically. When asked whether he intended to do so, he responded vaguely, "Depends on whether this becomes an insurrection." Legal experts are questioning the basis of Trump's order, which references Title 10 of the U.S. Code, a statute allowing federal activation of the National Guard under certain conditions. However, it also stipulates that such activation should occur through state governors. Without Newsom's consent, the legal foundation of the deployment remains uncertain and likely to face judicial scrutiny. Immigration enforcement has intensified under Trump's directive, with ICE agents reportedly instructed to detain at least 3,000 undocumented migrants per day. The aggressive crackdown has rattled communities in Los Angeles, where the population is predominantly Hispanic and includes many with legal residency. Reports suggest that even green card holders and legal immigrants have been caught in the enforcement dragnet, raising further legal and humanitarian concerns. Advocacy groups, including America's Voice, have accused the administration of weaponizing federal forces against immigrant communities. "This isn't about security, it's about provoking conflict," said Vanessa Cardenas, the group's president. The Mexican government also weighed in, with President Claudia Sheinbaum criticizing the U.S. approach. "You don't solve immigration with raids or troops," she said at a public forum. "You solve it through comprehensive reform." As legal challenges mount and cities brace for continued unrest, California's standoff with the federal government has become a national flashpoint, a bitter clash over power, immigration, and the future of American democracy.